Blog Talk Radio.
Check out the full episode of this on Mentellect Patreon.
In the name of Amen, the Supreme, the All-Powerful, the one and only true Lord, and Amen we trust as the Mesoamerican community, the real American community that's being gathered in this day and time by the power of Amen. Good evening, I'm your host, the intellectual Newman Menkares, and this is Mesoamerican Radio for now. And tonight we're going to be discussing ethnic Americans versus immigrant Americans. Ethnic Americans versus immigrant Americans. Who are the ethnic Americans? Meaning the people who are ethnically American. Like you have people whose ethnicity is Italian, which is Caucasoids, Caucasians, ethnic Germans. You have, and their ethnicity is Germanic or whatever. Yeah. And then you have, Asians, their ethnicity is Asian. Well, there is ethnic American. There are ethnic Americans. People who are ethnically American. They don't tell you this because the white man wants the term American. He wants the term American to take on a more of a global type of thing. You see, they want that to take on a more, I want to say, they want that to take on a form. They want the name American to be synonymous with any immigrant who could come here and claim American. All except for the so-called white man. But I got to say that. They want the word American to be a, how you say, when you attach it adjective or something. I don't say adjective, I forget what they call it, but they want the name American to be attachable to somebody else's nationality. In other words, like they used to do Italian American, Irish American, German American, right? All these people are attaching American onto their names as if it's just a terminology, a word that could be used for, or a nationality that could be used for anybody who's coming here living in the American territory. Right? That's what they want. Well, if that's the case, why Jamaicans Americans? Why are Haitians Americans? Why are all the people in the West Indies considered Americans? Because that's in the American territory. Why are Puerto Ricans considered Americans? They are all those are islands within American territory. You see, they're all islands within the American territory. You do, in fact, have people who are ethnically American, because American is an ethnicity. The ethnicity of a people is set by the people who are in that land first. Those are the people who are ethnic, or I want to say the people who are original to that land. I don't like to use the word aboriginal. You see, because ab means not, like abnormal means not normal. Aboriginal really means not original. And a lot of you guys up here saying aboriginal, I don't like saying that. In other words, the indigenous people, the first people of the land, are the ethnics of that land. They carry the ethnicity of that land. So if you're not the first people here in this land to walk this land, to live in this land, and set up civilizations in this land, then you can't ethnically call yourself that name of that place. All right? You can't call yourself that. So the white man can't say he's an ethnic American. He can say he's an immigrant American. All right? The so-called Asians can't say they ethnic Americans. The so-called Mongoloid Indians who are Asian can't really call themselves ethnic Americans because they were not the first ones here. That is factual. For the complete broadcast, you're going to have to go to Mentellect Patreon. Go to Mentellect Patreon for this complete broadcast, because it will not, I guarantee you, it will not be on YouTube. Subscribe to Mentellect Patreon and join the Mesoamerican community.
Rising out the black race to the white race, out the black race to the white race. It's the Republic of Mentellect, black race to the white race. If it's hell, then it's hell us. They tried everything just to spell us. Fed us religion, gave us fake gods. Through all of that, we beat the odds. Now we coming together under one flag.